I have zero trust in any government agencies. I have zero trust in our Congress and our Senate, anything. We have a government that's not functioning right now. How are you going to gain the trust back of the American people within the government? And are we going to see anybody held accountable? The media's been against you. Then there was Russiagate. Then there was the impeachment. Then they kicked you off all of your social media platforms. They prosecuted you.
I beat Nancy Pelosi. I beat all these people, every one of them. And somebody said, you know, if you look at it, he beat the Clinton family, right?
Excuse me, my turn.
And that was really Obama too, because he was behind her 100% like he was running.
And Kamala Harris is ready for the job.
And I beat the Bush family. I beat everybody.
That's all of his donors and special interests out there. The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me, the reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public.
And the latest was, there was an assassination attempt. Was this really a lone wolf?
The reason I'm being treated like this is I want a strong military, I want a border, I want things that you would like. I want low taxes, I want great jobs, I want to make America great again. All of these things, they want to destroy our country. They're called environmental extremists. The answer is yes on the second. They're going to be held accountable.
Would you like to be the President of the United States?
I really don't believe I would run, but I would like to see somebody as the president who could do the job.
You've said, though, that if you did run for president, you believe you'd win.
Tell you what, I wouldn't go in to lose. I've never gone in to lose in my life.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Why wouldn't you dedicate yourself to public service?
Because I think it's a very mean life.
You know, I could have done that to Hillary Clinton. She got a subpoena from the United States Congress and she destroyed everything. You go to jail for that for years. And if you did it as a private person, you go to jail. But she destroyed everything. And I said, you know, I had won the race. I said, wouldn't it be terrible to have the wife of the President of the United States, a former President of the United States, being put in prison?
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
They've got to be held accountable. What they're doing, they're destroying this country. They're crooked people. They're dishonest people. They're going to be held accountable. So when I came to Washington, you know, I won an election that everybody said, they thought I was just going to have some fun. Everyone said, he's got too good a life. I did. I had the greatest life. I went from that to having bullets shot at me, okay? I had the greatest life.
As you heard from Michelle, Kamala was not born into privilege. She had to work for what she's got. And she actually cares about what other people are going through.
She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana.
And I had to rely on people to give me names. And many were really good. But I also picked people that, in retrospect, I wouldn't have picked. But now I know the smart ones, the dumb ones, the weak ones, the solid ones, the ones like you. And now I have to beat somebody that nobody ever heard of, who's a Marxist.
We have confused the idea that to achieve safety, you put more cops on the street.
This sounds like political presidential talk to me, and I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not. You know, I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally, because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country.
But we also have some very bad people. You know, you have crazy Nancy Pelosi and all these lunatics within our government. They're lunatics. And it's a real problem. But the biggest problem we have, and the world has, is weaponry. Weaponry of other kinds, too, not just nuclear.
Shrink the presidency, discredit even the birthright of the president to be president. Shrink his credentials academically in every way. Have a meeting the day you're elected to the majority to say the most important thing we can do is to make sure he doesn't succeed.
This is going to be the most important election in the history of our country, I believe.
Not everybody votes, and not everybody's gonna vote. So if you are a voter, grab a friend and drag them to the poll and make them vote.